Enuanom na dɔfo. Ohun sɛ atamfo hwe onye nyame. Sɛ nyame ɛbambɔ wɔ so a woyɛ sononko koraa. Sɛ nyame energy deɛ woyɛ ho a woyɛ sononko koraa wɔ abrabɔ mu. Atamfo hwe onye nyame. Nti ebusua ebi mu wɔ hɔ no mu a na ɔmo yɛ dede na ɔno aboken deɛ ɔnyɛ se ewura. Abranteɛ mumpo Kennedy Ohene Japan is going to win. Inshallah. Nyame te ase. Ya papa na yɛ di n'akyi. Na yɛnim ne ndwuma pa. Na dɔyɛ na koma pa a wɔde ma ɔman Ghana no nko adeɛ. Ɛnyɛ deɛ yɛsɛ yɛnte deɛ bi mu koraa yɛ ɛkeka. Nti ebi mu ɔmba platform wɔ so na ɔmo di matem yɛ dede ɛkeka. Ɛna hwɛ no one ball recording bi a wɔ ha no mu na yɛnte mo threatening. Deɛ yɛnim ara sɛ yɛpɛ best for ɔman Ghana. Nti ebusua mgusu akae mo sɛ aha ɛyɛ PhD TV. Aha ne yɛhwɛ aha ne yɛtie. Aha ani yɛte nsɛm ɛfa yɛ papa Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan ho nyina. Ne nsɛm ɛtwago ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ha sɛ nyina. Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan akasa. Wakasa yɛbɛkɔ ne nsɛm waka no ɛso. In fact, nkɔfo bi a ɔmo nne na mo yɛ dede. Anaasɛ bi mu ɔmba platform wɔ so ana ɔmo ɛyɛ dede no. Yɛde yɛnte hwee. Yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkyerɛ mo sɛ Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan ɛyɛ obi a he is the man of the moment. Enti mumpo. He's coming like Kakai. He is coming like Kakai. So go and tell them that we are coming. We are coming. He is the man of the moment. Yenim say Nyankopon inshallah nyame ohata suri obekire ntumi. Efisɛ mbese me ne mo kase Ghana fo gusu a esu emeburu enye dwuma nye. Youth no omunye dwuma nye. Obi wo hɔ no ɔba platform so be dede me ne wo kase ba na ɔkanapko otifie yɛmfa na dwuma nso ɔba betena no be dede. Obi wo hɔ no mo a ofili other side me ne wo kase onye dwuma nye. Ayɛ boy nso obetena no ma be dede. Yehia obi betuma create job e dey ama my Ghana. Dey ama youth o my Ghana ha say. No na bo Kennedy Ohene Japan e betuma yɛ sɛ adwuma no. Obetuma yɛ ama na boro so. Me say ne kakra akoda gu ne bottom no. Wo dey create job. Me ka so obi ka say you can say government is not about businessman. Na government is about what? If government is not about businessman, it's about what? Economy. Economics or who? And who is economics? Who is economics? Inti your economics wo Ghana. Ene da sori anopa bia ya tru nyoma mu. Masa ya bresa no ma no minua ya bresa nyoma na ya na bi mo keke ka no. And he is not economics and government is not about a businessman minua ya bre. Let's go straight to the point. Ne kan kire ebi mu say ya bre onua ya bre. Mrs. TV ya we school okochicha training college wie oda so tifie be 4 years ni ye mfa na adwuma ye post no unyira be ka kire me say watchel na license wo de ben na wie uwie be ja ka kire me say na ho ahwan menua you are tired you guys obi obetuma ye adwuma no onye economics. So who is economics? Na hwan na urade yankofo a kire ade abɔ no ho say obetumi aba be ye omanpanyin no Ghana ha say ye ka bi kire na arda nkwa akofado nti ye mpo de abre yinam ye ka say yenim de mo ka de yenim an say Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan oba na oba se kakai ti obusua subscribe channel na share video ya obehwe na mo nua enye bi nhwe no nte de ekoso e wo my Ghana ha say momye nkokotie nsem Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan waka e de afa nkofo bi o mo ka ka say na omodwen say na bo ye adwuma de ma obi mu na bo ye adwuma de ama obi na beduru bebi na bo enko obegiem ye ekọ. We are coming like Kakai. Kennedy.
For Kennedy, he's just doing this. Later on, he's going to throw his support again behind somebody. And he's just doing this to scatter the race. I want you to look at the camera and say on authority that you're running this race to the end and that you're not just doing some experiments. Because the numbers are looking good for you in terms of the polls.
You see?
Are you in to support someone or you are going to the end?
My brother, you know election is expensive. If you know how much I've spent, know those who are sitting back there thinking Agyapong is doing it for somebody, I'm afraid they have to change their mind. And again, the policies that I have, none of them going around has been able to tell the delegates in Ghana what they are going to do for the country. So I stand out. Look, 4 days ago, this weekend, Sunday or so, I got 17 lecturers from Legon who said, they came to me, Golden to Moving Peak here, and said that they are all lecturers, but they believe and accept that they are theorists, and they buy into the pragmatism policy that I have been talking about, and therefore they want to be part of it. 17 lecturers. On Sunday, they were here. That alone tells you something. So I'm in for good.
We wish you all the best, and thank you for speaking to us.
You're welcome, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
That's Honorable Kennedy.
I hope I've been able to clear some of the
You have told your story, and that's essentially what we sought to do out, to let you speak to the issues that have been raised against you. Thank you. We hope to speak to you again. Maybe, what number do you hope to be at the top, in the top 5? I know you want to be in the top 5, but which position? You want number 1, number 2, number 3?
Number 1.
You think you can beat the two of them?
Why
Alan
not?
and Ken?
Why not? Everything is possible.
Alan and Baumia.
Everything is possible.
You're confident you'll be sworn in as president?
Yes.
What will be the first thing you do as president if you're elected in 2025?
Changing the mindset. What I'll do is, and I've started, it's good you came up with this question.
We are signing out. I just wanted one thing you do. Can you do differently, or what would you do differently?
I will do things differently because I'm pragmatic. I believe in physical things, things that I've seen that can develop this country. I'm not a theorist. Most of them are theorists. They propound theories, and it never works. If there is a change in the world economy, then they begin to have problems. I'll give you an example how I'm going to change this economy. I mean, from your name, I can tell that you are from the north. Look, the 5 northern regions, the arable lands that we have there, Volta region, Afram Plains and Accra Plains. When we go into agro-processing with mechanized farming, my brother, we'll be able to change the fortunes of this country. For instance, about 2 weeks ago, African leaders went to Russian summit and embarrassed themselves by asking Russia for grains. With all these arable lands we have in Africa, our leaders cannot go into mechanized farming, processing, and we are always begging for food.
But we said planting for food and jobs, so what went wrong with that?
Let me tell you something. Planting for food. One day, I met a group of agriculturists and all those things, and I gave them example. Why I'm saying I'm pragmatic. I gave them example that when you are going to Tema, you cross the toll booth, look on your right. I will say illegal because the land doesn't belong to them. But they are using Ghana water. They piped it and small irrigation.
To grow lettuce.
Yeah, go and see the yield over there.
It's beautiful.
Good. So why can't we irrigate most of our lands? And that day I was so disappointed. The answer was that irrigation is too expensive. I said, oh, gee. And you see, you talk of irrigation being too expensive in terms of short run, but long run, it is cheaper. Because when you go to South Africa, they grow maize 365 days. If you want corn, you will get it. But here it's seasonal. Because they irrigate the lands. At least these Ashama guys, when you are coming from Tema to Accra, when you go past Ashama, Committee 24, on your right, maize up to now, you see it. Because they use that small dirty river or gutter over there.
And we can replicate this in the country.
That is the example I gave them, and they didn't accept it.
But the people who are in charge of our agriculture sector, and I'm referring to the civil servant, will be the same people in the Agyapong government.
Agyapong will fire you. Discipline in this country. Let me give you one example. Why, if you make a mistake, we have to fire you. One, I have a problem with people who think they have served for so many years, unproductive hours, unproductive days, unproductive years, and they think they need promotion. They are due. They have to. I am going to base promotion in this country on performance.
It's good you talk about firing. President Akufo-Addo has been accused of being lenient too much to his appointees. Okay, land, please.
I wanted to land. So, because of, I'll give you one example. Why I have decided to contest as a presidential candidate or flag bearer is that as far back as Honorable Kwashige's time, I did experiment on 2 products. One, yam. I took yam to Holland, a company called Grasso. They did experiment, and we can store yam for 8 months. Fish. I also educated them that fish, June, July, August, we throw fish back into the sea. We need blast freeze machines before the coast or along the coast, so that we can blast freeze the catch at minus 41 degrees for 24 hours. Then you move it from the blast freeze room to the coastal minus 10-12%, and it meets international standard that we can export. My brother, they didn't listen to me. So the technical guys, if I tell you, first of all, I will expose them to the way they do things in terms of agriculture. Exposing them means will give them opportunity to go and train elsewhere. I believe in India and China.
You are looking east, you don't look west.
No, I will use Asia Miracle to develop this country. So when we have gone round, my first 100 days, apart from conscientizing Ghanaians or changing the mindset, everybody, anybody that I will appoint as a minister, I'm going to use Plato's ideal word. Put them in a room, bring experts to educate them and show them the way to do things differently from what we are doing. So when you are given all these opportunity and you still go back to what you are used to and it's not productive, I'm afraid we have to let you go.